Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnan Bande Jagadgurum. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, the destroyer of the demons Kamsa and Chanura, the dear darling of the mother Devaki, the Guru of the world. We salute him, Bhagavan Krishna, again and again. Oh, peace, peace, peace. So we'll be starting today book number 5, chapter 15. And here last time we have been reading the story of Bharata and how the samsara, this world, is the forest, and in entering into the forest one gets totally deluded. So now today it continues. He is talking about the king Bharata, and the Bharata was the realized soul here, and then his lineage. So now we are reading the chapter 5.15.1, successor of Bharata. Bharata ultimately realized the highest truth, and he gave the message he became born in the body of what we call the Rahu Guna. He advised the Rahu Guna. And so after that, after him, the lineage continued. So in the line of Bharata, there came King Gaya. I won't read this, I'm not much interested in learning about how this Bharata, the Bharatvarsha, they come. And there are Saptadipa, there are 7 Deepa means the islands, no? And that made the entire world, and that history of that, and that how big is the mountains, how big is the... It is like what you call the geographical description of each place, the mountain range, how big is that, how big is the ocean and the water and this and that description. So it has some geographical perspective, but not that for which we are more interested in, the spiritual perspective. So it goes on. I will only read the headlines and then go to start the next book number 6. But it will, we have to cross about 40-45 pages. So these descriptions of different deepas. So the Bharat and Bharata's lineage, and then in that lineage there is born one called King Gaya, and he was exceptional. And then after that Gaya, their lineage continued. Then the description of this 7 plan of the earth, they put like this, 7 plan of the earth. So all round means earth.
Plains? Isn't the word plains?
Plains. No, plan of the earth. How this earth. And the dimensions of these geographical reflections about the dimensions of each mountain, each staying mountains and rivers, and then Ganga then descended, how Mother Ganga descended, and how devotional life in Ilavarta, then uniqueness of the Bharatvarsha, the Bharatvarsha, of all these Varshas, regions, Bharatavarsha alone is the field of karma, or the place where a jiva can acquire merit and demerit by their work. So this is the Bharatavarsha means that land where karma bhumi. Swamiji also said that Bharata is the karma bhumi. You do whatever to your life to get out of the karma, you do such karma, or you accrue some merit or demerit. There are places where jivas who have almost completed their merits in enjoyment of the heaven come to reap the effect of their residuary meritorious deeds. The conditions of the inhabitants of those regions are like those in Treta Yuga. They have a lifespan of 10,000 years. They have adamant-like bodies, unfailing youth, strength, and joyous temperament. So, in different planes, this is the best place, earth, to get out of the bondage. Then, this worship of the Lord in the various verses. So, God is worshipped in different planes, in different ways. So those descriptions are given in the chapter 18. Narasingha in Harivamsa. The region known Harivarsha, the Lord is manifested in Narasingha. Why he did so is described elsewhere, Skanda Purana, in the 8th Skanda. There are Prahlada, whose birth and life among the Asuras sanctified the race, meditates on that charming form with the unwavering and unconcentrated devotion along with all his followers. He addresses the following hymn beginning with his mantra. So the Narasingha avatar is there, where the king Hiranyakashipu, whose son? Prahlada? Hiranyakashipu. And he denied God is nowhere, and so was. But the son is very believer of God, and God is everywhere. And then one day his father was trying to, with lovingly said, don't give up this idea that God is God, I am the God, I am the Lord of the world. Why are you thinking about God? Then he said, no. But he is still crying in the name of Lord and this and that. Then he was put to the teachers failed, then all this training of no action, he cries in the name of Krishna. One day the father was standing and said, where is your God? Is God in this pillar? Well, yes, it is in the pillar. And then arrogantly he just kicked that pillar and it crumbled down, and Narasingha, the Lord God, half lion, half man, appeared and then killed the demonic nature, and Prahlada praised. So he's saying, Narasingha, he praised this. In the Harivamsa there is statement that this Narasingha appeared, and to please him, this Prahlada praised him. Our salutation to the Lord Krishna, who is the light of all lights. Manifest thyself before us, O Lord, with thy powerful teeth and claws. Burn up in us all impressions born of karma. Consume away the darkness of ignorance in us. The Atman is our refuge. The Atman is our refuge. O Kshom, may all the world be happy. May the wicked man attain to purity and peace. Let all pray for the mutual peace. May their minds be all peace, and may our minds too, along with others, attain to the state of spontaneous flow towards the Lord, free from prompting all worldly desires. May we, this is the very famous quotation we read in different places. They quote this verse: Swasti yastu vishwasya khala prasidatam dhyayanti bhutani shivam mito bhusya manascha bhadrang bhajatad adukshaje aveshatang no mutirapi ahaituki. This is a very beautiful prayer. So it is the prayer that in the Harivamsa. Prahlada is praying this way. Consume away the darkness of ignorance in us. The Atman is our refuge. The Atman is our refuge. May all the world be happy. May the wicked men attain to purity and peace. Let all people pray for mutual peace. May their minds be at peace, and may our minds too be peace, along with all others, attain to that state of spontaneous flow towards the Lord, free from prompting all worldly desires. May we be free from attachment to house, family, wealth, relative. If we are to be attached to any, let it be to the devotees of the Lord. So this is the prayer. It's a very good prayer. Everyone can chant every day. Oh Lord, let my attachment for this go away. Let only one attachment, and that goes for you and you alone. For the man who is free from worldly attachments, who is satisfied with bare subsistence, and who is self-controlled, does attain soon to spiritual realization. But not so those engrossed in the properties and sense enjoyment. In the company of the holy men, an aspirant naturally happens to hear about the Lord's excellences. And by virtue of the communion, the devotees thus established with him through the sense of hearing, he verily enters into their hearts and reads them of the very tendencies that lead to sinful actions. So, in the company of the holy company is praised. What holy company does, it says that an aspirant naturally happens to hear. Holy company, they talk about God, they hear about the Lord's excellences. And by the virtue of that communion, the devotee thus established within him, through the sense of hearing, he verily enters into their heart. The God enters through the sound or the utterances of a holy man, and through the ear it enters into the heart. The Lord enters. That's why it is good to talk about God, to hear about God, to go to holy places like that. And what it does, he verily enters into the heart and reads them of the very tendencies that lead to sinful action. Their mind then becomes purified, the sinful tendencies that will be wiped out. Repeated dips in the holy water can remove only the dirt of the body. This is very important verse. If you take a dip in the Ganga, you can be pure for the moment. But you come out, again, as Ramakrishna says, the sins are sitting on the trees, top of the trees. As soon as you enter into the Ganga, they leave you and wait on the top of the tree. But as soon as you come up, they jump into the head again and enter. That means Ganga Stam is good, auspicious, but it gives a momentary purity. That Sadhu Sangha gives key.
Should I go and tell him about the light now?
Well. Repeated dips of holy water can remove only the dirt of the body. If you take a shower, what happens? Your physical dirt and dust of the body can be cured. And fructified sin, but not the tendencies that prompt one to sinful acts, no? But it cannot purify the tendency of the mind. It can keep clean your body, physical body be clean, and momentary purificatory ideas will come in your heart, no? But it cannot destroy the tendency, worldly tendency, sinful tendencies cannot be destroyed by taking a dip into Ganga. Who is the right-minded man that would, under the circumstances, abstain from listening to the Lord's excellences? That means any intelligent person who really wants the good benefit of their spiritual life should then listen to holy people. That's why holy, satsanga. That's why Narada Bhakti Sutta says, Satsangastu durlabho amoghascha. It is very rare. Durlabh means it is not found anywhere. Because good sadhu, who is dedicated to God, who is totally dissolved into God, that type is very rare. So, satsanga, that sangha, that holy company, is very rare to get that sangha. But if you get it, amogha, its impact will happen. Maybe now instantly, if you are ready, you can feel instant joy in a holy company. Or even if you are not that close, you can feel that time passes and your character changes, your tendencies changes, your anger, your frustration, your attachment to things reduce, automatic by sadhu sangha, holy company. There is a story that there was a great saintly person. There was one, saintly person. He used to live on repeating God's name. And many people started coming and respecting him. So the landlord of the place became very angry and jealous. So to defame him, he sent someone prostitute to pull down the mind of that guy. And she came and she was paid. So it is her earning money, is called. So she came and then she tried to start talking about, she came and tried to tempt that holy man. And he said, okay, I am on the beads. I am in this beads. When it ends, I'll talk to you. Please sit. And what she will say, she was frustrated and she was sitting, and this sadhu is going on, repeating the mantra and mantra and mantra. Then again she is trying to show something and to distract the mind. I said, wait, I'll talk to you, let me finish it. And by that way, his whole night went away. And she got frustrated. And then came back and said, no, I am not going. She came back and reported to the landlord, he is a holy man, why did you send it to me? He is above all these things. No, you cannot do that. You are the famous prostitute and you cannot bend the mind of a man. Go. And then second day she was sent. So she also the same way. The Sadhu Baba is doing that. And then he said, wait, let me finish. Second day it went, and again he said, no, I am not going to go to that holy man because he is a different person. He is not at all interested. And his mind is so different. Again he was sent she was sent third day, and then went doing like that, and whole night passed, and the impact, she didn't go back. She fell at the feet of the holy man, and said, please help me. I was sent by the landlord for this purpose, but it has changed my life. So please give me shelter. No? So that's why it's called sadhu sangha. Is more powerful than any other medicine in spiritual life. Medicines means japa, prayer, this, that. But if one gets a holy man in life, they advance so fast because of the impact of the holiness. So this is the idea. Repeated dips in the holy water. Repeated jat sangalabdhang nijavirja vaibhavam tirthang muhu sangsmitang himanasam harati ajo anta sutibhir gato angajam ko vai na sevate mukunda vikramam. Repeated deep in the holy water can remove only the dirt of the body and fructify sin, but not the tendencies that prompt one to sinful activities. Who is the right-minded man that would, under the circumstances, abstain from listening to the Lord's excellences? So, only one intelligent person should not avoid or miss a chance of listening to the holy person teaching holy ideas. Did you see the doctor?
I told him, he is going to fix it.
All the deities along with all the rivers attend upon him who has wholehearted and motiveless devotion to the Lord. But a person who is always moving amidst the objects of the senses has no longing for the Lord. How can he be endowed with any great virtue as benevolence, enlightenment, renunciation, and the like? That means all the deities along with all virtuous attendant upon them who are wholehearted and motiveless devotion to the Lord. All the gods assemble around that person, all the deities, the gods, along with their virtues or the good virtues of the godly people, attend upon that person who has wholehearted, motiveless devotion to the Lord. That means it's a glorification of bhakti. Love God with all your heart and soul. Love thy God, the Lord. Love thy Lord, whose glory is immeasurable. So keep your mind with your all heart and soul. That's Christ said. Here also Bhagavat, his own long back, is giving the same idea. That means you need not have to try for anything. You be in the company of the holiness, all godly qualities will come in your life. All the gods and deities means all the devatas, they will come. People of that divine nature will be around you. Say Ramakrishna was there, whole Calcutta, whole of India, spiritual India came there. Whether Bhairavi Brahmani came there, Totapuri came there, he is not going to anywhere. Where there is God inside, similar-minded people not knowing anything, just came to Dakshineshwar and have a darshan of Sri Ramakrishna, have a conversation with him, and they got the benefit. So when one calls upon God, so all the gods and goddesses live with him, and their virtues are reflected in the character of that person. Ramakrishna, even childhood time, he used to go where? He used to see the holy men. Holy men where? From the very childhood. The sadhus are sometimes very strong looking, with the matted hair, and there is a concept that these children are they steal the children. That was because of the fearful look. But Ramakrishna, the small boy, he used to go there. In the same village, there are places where the sadhus will halt on their long journey. It is inn like sadhus inn, kutia. So in Kamarpukur, there were some such places, haltage place, where sadhus are walking for miles and miles. Yeah, so at the end of the day, they come over, and local village will give some food for them. And Ramakrishna used to carry for them water pot, carry water for the sadhus. He's fearless. That means he is there. He is not going to many holy places of pilgrimage, but the whole places of pilgrimage, holy people are all coming there. And that impacts our life. As a bad association creates bad impact in our life, the holy association creates holiness in us. So all the deities, along with all virtues, attend upon him who has wholehearted and motiveless devotion to the Lord. But a person who is always moving, on the contrary, a person is moving always amidst objects of senses and has no longing for the Lord, how can he be endowed with any great virtue as benevolence, enlightenment, renunciation, and like, no? It is called a similar mind attracts similar mind. Similar mind, Thakur gave the example, bhaktas are like the hemp smokers. One hemp smoker, you need not have to know whether you know him or not, he's acquainted with you or not acquainted. One hemp smoker finds another hemp smoker as a friend. So one lover of God and another lover of God, they find friendship with them. One politician, another politician, they will make friendship. One businessman will love another businessman, some relationship will be there. So similar-minded people have their own attachment for that. So if you are to be spiritual, then association of the unholy should be given up. Because unholy people will bring unholy association and they will attract more similar-minded people. So that's the verse number 12. Jasasti, means who has bhakti, bhagavati, akinchana, who has the bhakti, love in Bhagavan, akinchan, means it is totally heart and soul. Sarva gunais tatra samasate sura. They are all the gunas, all the qualities is accumulated there. And all the sura means gods, godly people and godly qualities assembled there. Harau abhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathena asati dhavuti bohi. And harau abhakta, those who are abhakta, not bhakta, of Hari, the Lord, who are not devoted to Lord, kuto, from where? All the Mahad Guna, the great characters of purity, renunciation, love for God, those qualities, how can you get from a person who is dhavato bohi, who is running outside? External world, external name and form, external enjoyment and fun. They're busy with that. How can they have that peace inside, manoratha, of good, great character will come. All the deities, but a person is always moving amidst objects of the senses, has no longing for God. How can he be endowed with any great virtue as benevolence, enlightenment, renunciation, etc. 13. Just as the water is what sustains the life of the fish, so is the Bhagavan, Srihari, the very sustenance of all embodied beings. No? Water. The fish cannot survive without water. Similarly, just as a fish only sustains or lives in life with water, so is God, or Bhagavan, the very sustenance of all embodied beings. We all live because God is there. If God is not there, no one can. But we do not know that. The fish need not know that until he is taken out of the water. But this whole universe lives because there is God behind. Nothing should therefore be dearer to them than God, Lord, He. If men who are forgetful of this and are attached to their homes, relatives and possessions are nonetheless called great because of their worldly position, such estimation of them is a mere convention. Just in regard to a married couple, it is a convention to consider the elder partner, the husband, as superior merely because of their age. So what it is saying, that if a person who are forgetful of this ideal, what is the ideal? That we live because God is there. You understand or don't understand, but your existence is there because God is there. Without God, as the fish cannot survive without water, no one can survive. That means our existence depends on the existence of God. And we live in God, we die in God, we speak in God, not knowing. When you know, then you become a realized soul. You know that God is guiding everything. God is behind my every impulse, every feeling, every understanding. That is the Gyan. This is called the knowledge. That this I am doing nothing, not me, not I. Oh, Ramakrishna's prayer, oh Mother, I throw myself at thy hallowed feet. No? In the prayer we chant every morning. So I am throwing myself at thy hallowed feet. And I am nothing, O Lord, you are everything. So actually, look at that Vedantic perspective also. All the movement and rushing and dancing of the waves, because of the ocean is there, that's why you wave. And they are integral part. But every wave thinks, I am doing all these things. But it is only the wave. Wave belongs to the ocean. Without ocean, wave cannot be there. So similarly, without God, this name and form, the world of name and form is dancing. It is only God in name and form. That's why we say, Vedanta says, what is this world? It is Satchidananda plus name and form. As one wave. What is one wave? Ocean with name and form. Bubble. What is bubble? Ocean plus name is called bubble, and you know bubble means little some water. So that is, actually it is ocean only. So similarly what is we see in ignorance, it is our ignorance, we see minus God existence of ours. I did it. That's why the song is there. Everything is, oh Mother, it is your doing. Shakuli tomari ichha. Everything is your wish, oh Mother. Ichha moi tara tumi. It is your wish, oh Mother. Tumar karmo tumi karo ma. Oh Mother, you do your work. Loke bole koriyami. They say, I am doing. I did this, I did that, I did that. It is nothing. You are the propelling force behind everyone. And you do everything, and people ignorantly think that I am doing. So when that I dies, then it is all the play of God going on. So this is the nothing. Therefore we should have to remember this, that Srihari is the substance of our life. God is the substance of our life. Nothing should therefore be dearer to them than He. For a devotee, God is the dearest one. God is the dearer than the dearest, beloved than the beloved. So He is the essence of everything. If people who are forgetful of this, that means as we are, millions and billions of people are forgetful God. They are thinking, I do. Morning till night, where is the position of God doing that? How many holy people are there who can think, oh, my hand is moving because of God's will. My mouth is speaking because God's will. I am seeing because of God. Kena Upanishad says, Kene shitang preshitang patati manaha kena prana prathama praiti yukta kene mimam vacham imam vadanti chakshu shrotrang kau devo junakti. Who is behind the ear? Who is behind the eyes? Who is behind our smell? Who is behind our perception? Who is there? Who is guiding us? Who is sustaining us? Who is motivating us? And all actions are going on. That's why the next response comes. Shrotrasya shrotram manasu manujat vachoha vacham. He is the eye of the eye. He is the ear of the ear. That means he is the essence. H2O. The H2O behind the wave, ripple, bubble, ocean, everywhere it is H2O, H2O, H2O. He is the energy behind our all activity, all power of action, speech, working, thinking, everything behind that. So if a man is forgetful, as we are attached to the, naturally we will be attached to what? To our home, to our relative, to our monetary position, our physical position, are not the less called great because of their worldly position. These people will be called great not because of their worldly position. Such estimation of them is a mere convention. Just as in regard to the married couple, it is a convention to consider. As married couple, they say that is convention when they are married, the elder partners, those who are there, the husband as superior merely because of their age, they think, oh, they are senior to me. What is senior? Not in wisdom, but in the age only. Therefore, what to do? Abandon the worldly life, the sphere of the repetitive experience of life and death. So the advice is coming, therefore you abandon the worldly life. And that is to be understood. Worldly life means what? You go out of the samsara and that is worldly life. Worldly life is your mind. When you think mind has got anything, hold on to anything in the mind, you are worldly. If you hold on to God, then it is not, it is divine. So, therefore, abandon, throw away the worldly attitude. World is not wrong, but worldliness is wrong. The sphere of the repetitive experience, and this worldly life, what is this? Repetitive experience of birth and death, anxieties and worries, suffering and pain, joy and little joy, little suffering, little. This is the cycle of this going on and on. This is called samsara. That is the world. That is the samsara means that. The source of all miseries arising from restlessness, attachment, anxieties, anger, desire, pride, fear, sickness, and worries. So this function is nothing. Look at that. Our life is only a whirlpool of this combination. Sometimes we are full of anxiety, sometimes we are full of anger, sometimes full of desire, sometimes pride, sometimes come the sickness, sometimes worries, sometimes attachment, sometimes restlessness. This is our life, a cycle of birth and death. This is we are always rotating into this. So abandon that. How? And let the man take shelter at the feet of Narasingha, where he will find veritable heaven of peace and security. So these are few very powerful messages we got it from Narasingha in Harivamsa, and here in Bhagavat has been quoted that one should look upon the world in this perspective, that it is to hold on to God is to get out of the world of suffering and fear and anxieties. And if we don't hold on to the world, this will be the round and round and round. There is no escape. Another story probably they are talking about, 15th verse. In the region, Barsa, called Ketumala, the Lord manifest as Kamadeva in order to please Lakshmi Devi and also the 36,000 daughters and sons of Prajapati Samvatsara, who is the master of those Barsa. The deities identified themselves with knights and daughters, and those with days are the sons. The Lord sport by delighting Rama by his graceful sportive movement, attractive smile and look, and by his most charming face. The Rama adores the enchanting form of the Lord, through concentrated meditation and worship along with them. Om Hrim Hrim Hum, salutation to you both within and without, O Lord of all divine majesties. You control the senses of all, the one indicated as their transcendent source by all impressive manifestation of virtue. Thou, the Lord of all worship, knowledge, spiritual aspiration and firmness. Thou, the one, is praising the cupid form of God. How did I come so far? Okay. So we have moved many pages. I didn't notice that while I am reading. Last time I read, and I moved about 10-12 pages. Yeah, and now 34 to 15. Now we talked about the geographical description of this, Jambudvipa, this, that, and then mountains and rivers, the devotional life in Ilavarta, that we are reading, that uniqueness of this Bharata Varsha.
In 7 people, what are the 7 people there? Here something is there.
It is not unnecessary. Worship of the Lord in the various Varsas, Hayagriva in Bhadraswa.
Bhadrashram. Bhadrashram to India, Bhadrashram to China.
China. Oh, with Narasingha in Harivarsha.
And 7 times Jomudip and all this, these are there, something is here. Oh, what are this?
Here also given the same photograph, this photo. 7 continents. This earth contains of 7 continents. 7 continents. One is called Jambu, Saka, Kusha, Plaksha, Pushkara, Shalmali, Karuncha. A short description. So these are different. The whole earth, our earth planet, has 7 such continents. So that names are there. And each place is how it happened. One's name is Jambu. Jambudvip is this earth in which we are living now. India. It is the central one of the 7 continents, surrounding the mountain Meru, Himalaya, so called either from the Jambu tree abounding in it, because there are many Jambu trees, or from an enormous Jambu tree on Mount Meru, visible like a stand to the whole continent. So this is one. It's called Jambudvipa. And India is called Jambudvipa. And then Shaka. Shaka can be identified with Malaysia. Malaysia, Siam, Indonesia, and southern China, and southeastern corner of the land, mass of which Jambudvipa occupied the center. Acha. Then Kusha. Kusha is include the Iran, Iraq, southwestern corner of the land.
At West Asia.
Mass round Meru. Plaksha, identified with the basin of Mediterranean source, Plaska, or Pakhara tree, in the characterizing warm temperature in Mediterranean. Pushkara is covered the whole of Japan, Manchuria, and southeastern Siberia. Samla, the tropical part of Africa, bordering Indian Ocean on the west. It includes Madagascar, the change of the Arab and Persian geographies, Harina of the Puranas and the Shankar-Deepa of some other writers. These are all old names, Sanskrit names of India's description. The name has changed and changed and changed. Krauncha is represented by the basin of the Black Sea. Upadvipas, subcontinent, is Bharata, Kimpurusha, Harivangsha, Ramaka, Hiranya, Uttarakuru, Habrita, Bhadrashara, Ketumala. There are 8 long mountain ranges which divide the island Jambu into 9 countries, which look like 9 petals of the lotus flower. The 2 countries of the north and south extremes, Bhadra and Ketumala, are bow-shaped. 4 of the remaining 7 are longer than the rest. The central country is known as Ilavarta. Anyhow, though very much interested, it can be understand that the old names, these are old names of India, Iran, Iraq, and all the whole country they have described. China. So geographical reflection, that has covered so many pages. Just I am turning the pages to tell you that query about the dimension. The King Parikshit asked about what is Bharatvarsha, what is this earth, and then the Sukadev has advancedly Jambudvipa and this dimension. Then the mountain and rivers. He has mentioned the names of all the old names of the mountains and rivers. Mountains surrounding the Meru range. Ganga then descends, Mahavishnu. Devotional life in Lilavarta. Uniqueness of the Bharatavarsha. Bharatavarsha, what is the uniqueness? And Hayagriva, worship of the Lord in the various varsas. In each period of time, God appeared and he was worshipped in different way. It is called Hayagriva in Bhadrasva. One Bhadrasva, the sun, that period where who appeared. Then Narasingha came in Harivarsha period. Then Kamadeva in the Ketumala period. And cosmic fish form in Rambyaka-varsha. Cosmic fish, Matsya Avatara. Cosmic tortoise in the Hiranmaya Varsha. Cosmic boar in Uttara Kuru Varsha. Worship of Kimpurusha. Kimpurusha Varsha. Worship in Bharata Varsha. Physical features of Bharata. Glory of Bharata Varsha. 6 deepas in the Loka. So let me read as it is Bharata Varsha. Let us see what it talks about Bharata Varsha. India. There's worship in Bharata Varsha. In Bharata Varsha, the Lord, assuming simultaneously the twin form, Naranarayan, moved about unknown to anyone. For the blessing of the pious men out of mercy, he will live till the end of the Kalpa, revealing the true nature of the Atman through a life of austerity characterized by the highest morality, enlightenment, renunciation, power, self-control, and freedom from egoism. So Bharatavarsha says, the Lord, assuming simultaneously twin form. What is the twin form? The worshipful Nara-Narayana. Nara at the same time Narayana. God and God in the human body. We call, Swami Vivekananda is called Naranarayana. Is another name, praiseworthy name. He took the human form, but the Lord Narayana is inside. So Naranarayana form. And for this Naranarayan, for the blessing of pious men, out of mercy, he will live till the end of the kalpa. So he will be helping the humanity to get out of the freedom bondage, revealing their true nature of the Atman. Through a life of austerity, he will be holding a life of austerity, high level of morality, enlightenment, renunciation, power, self-control, and freedom from egoism. There, along with the pious inhabitants of Bharata, who will follow Varnashrama social system, the 4 Varna and 4 Ashrama. What are the 4 Varna? Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. These are the 4 Varnas. Ashramas, Brahmacharya, Garastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. So he is talking about these rules will be followed in that land, Bharatavarsha. The worshipful Narada, who had resolved to instruct Manu, Savarni, in the doctrine of Pancharatra, as also in Shastra like Shankha and Yoga, revealed by the Lord, worships him devoutly and repeat the following mantra. So there will be Shankha philosophy, there will be the manifested Yoga philosophy, Patanjali philosophy, and Manu's instruction will be there, Manusmriti. So he said Bharatvarsha will be such a place where these are available.
But there will be no Vedanta in Bharatvarsha. No Vedanta in Bharatvarsha.
Let us see what he says at the...
By the time they wrote the book, that time Vedanta was not there.
Okay, then let me see. Om, salutation again and again to the Lord Naranarayana, the peaceful, egoless, the wealth of the positionless, the noblest among rishis, the teacher of the Paramahamsas, the best among the self-absorbed one. He also sings, though thou art the creator of the world, thou art not bound by thy creative activity. Thou residing in a body, thy spiritual splendor is not in the least suppressed by bodily infirmities. Though the witness of everything, the world of object consisting in the effect of Prakriti do not affect you. Salutation to the unattached, to the uninvolved, to the witness, O Lord of Yogis, the skill in yoga described by Brahma consists in capacities to abandon at the time of death all attachments to the perishable body and concentrate the mind on you, who are above the modifications of Prakriti Nirguna. If a learned man too is afraid of giving up this miserable body, just like worldly man with countless desires and attachments for family, children, wealth, then all his efforts at gaining knowledge can only be called a thankless task and exercise in futility. Therefore, O Lord, bestow upon us that form of loving devotion exclusively directed towards you, by the virtue of which we can cut asunder this intense and irremediable attachment to these debased things of the body generated by your Maya through a sense of identification with it. Anyhow, so this is a prayer. The people, Vedanta has not come as you said, Vedanta is a mature development of worshipping God. So Bharatavarsha means worship in Bharatavarsha, this is the type of worship people did probably in early. So it is a combination of history. And this book is a combination of history, Purana, and geography, all these are here. So the stories are all given in the Bharata. Then we will read the next day, whatever physical features of Bharatavarsha. Some of the names are still there. Chitrakut name is there. Govardhan name is there. Kamagiri is there, Devagiri is there, Trikut Pahad, we named the, even Malayo name is Vindhyachala. So all are different names, still people remember. Kaveri is the river name, Godavari. Okay, so it is not very... Question again with this? Okay. Huh?
It was an early question.
Early question, okay. Okay, we end here. Next day we'll read chapter 5, 19.19. 5, 19, 19. 5, 19, 19. A question about hearing. Can a realized soul hear anahata dhvani in both waking, dreaming, deep sleep state constantly, or hearing is just a function of mind and it turns off in deep sleep? I think anahata means it is unstuck. And it is not stopped. No ahata. It is continuously going on. So anahata is continuous goes on. Sometimes the realized soul puts his mind, sometimes may not be. As it is going on now, we don't have any idea. Do you hear Om going on all the time? Om. It's going on, but I don't hear it. But if a yogi concentrates and mind becomes pure, they hear this sound. Swami Shantananda Maharaj, one of our great Swami, he used to constantly see and hear, listen to this Om, Anahata, morning, evening, night, any time, what is going on. You can, like underground sound, cosmic sound is going on. Om. Somebody said there is one research they did, in the sun, there is a sound which continuously goes on like Om. They've caught that, physically they caught that sound. So yes, my conception goes, yes, anahata goes on continuously. They, hearing, they hear. But if their mind is disturbed or they are going to sleep, that time mind is dissolved, but the anahata dhvani goes on. I sleep or I am awake. For me, this sound does not stop. The sound is continuously going on. All the music are going on here. You have an instrument, you have like the television channel. You can tune the television channel, you see it is going on, constant viewing is going on, constant production is going on. So Omkara is going on all the time, and realized people, mostly they hear, but sometimes when they get digressed into the physical activity, they may not hear, but they can feel that there is some sound internal going on. And when they are sleeping time, there is no mind, so how to feel that they are feeling or understanding? Mind goes to sleep. But the sound continuously is there. That's my idea. Okay, thank you. So we'll now come to 7:30 again in the class, what is called the Setara Upanishad at 7:30. And we end here, this class ends here. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And we ended here, the verse number, reading the verse number, it is 5, book number 5, chapter 19, verse number 19.